Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Have you ever wondered why the Mona Lisa doesn't have eyebrows? Or why some people's eyes are blue? You'll find that out and more. Get ready to be mind blown by these unbelievable facts that will leave you speechless. Now, on to the facts. Here are 30 random facts to make your day. Photons originating from the sun's core are estimated to take between 10,000 and 170,000 years to reach the surface and escape. But they only need 8.3 minutes to travel from the sun to Earth. For centuries, it was simply accepted that Leonardo da Vinci's iconic painting, the Mona Lisa, had no eyebrows or eyelashes. Ultra-high resolution microscopic scans of the painting performed in 2007, however, revealed that she was originally painted with eyebrows and eyelashes, but that they had faded over time, and possibly as the result of early, overzealous cleaning attempts. 16th century Spanish explorers referred to the large reptiles they found in the Americas as el lagarto de Indias, or the lizard of the Indies. Thanks to their phrase and a few phonetic shifts as it made the jump to English, we now refer to those same large reptiles as alligators. There are different languages in Star Trek lore. One of the unfriendliest sounding languages is Klingon. There is no direct translation for the word hello in Klingon. The closest approximation translates as, "What do you want?" Dakpa! Ewan McGregor, well known for his role as the young Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars franchise, has an older brother who is a former Tornado GR4 pilot in the Royal Air Force. His brother's pilot call sign is Obi-2. The music video for Soul Asylum's 1993 hit Runaway Train focused on the plight of missing children and was dispersed with photos of actual missing kids. As a result of the video, 26 missing children were reunited with their families. In the movie The Matrix, scenes were tinted based on where they take place. Scenes within the Matrix itself have a green tint to represent the green monochromatic screens of early computers. Scenes that occur in real life outside the Matrix have a blue tint, and the fight training scene between Morpheus and Neo, neither inside nor outside the Matrix, has a yellow tint. Doctors and nurses wear blue-green scrubs because those colors are opposite the color red on the color wheel and offer relief from the eye strain and stress of exposure to blood in the body cavity during surgery. Between 1993 and 2009, law enforcement agencies in Europe believed they were dealing with a sophisticated female serial killer because her DNA had been found on diverse crime scenes throughout Austria, France, and Germany. It was determined, however, that the DNA from the Phantom of Heilbronn was actually from contamination at the cotton swabs factory of manufacture. Ever wondered how cheddar cheese gets its vibrant colors? The cheese gets its yellow color from annatto, a coloring that is extracted from the reddish pericarp surrounding the seeds of the attio tree. The amount used, the acidity level, and the aging time determines the color of the cheddar. Because the internal components of speakers and dynamic microphones are essentially the same, albeit heavily tweaked for different applications, you can, in a bind, plug headphones into a microphone jack to record something. The gripping power of assembled Lego bricks, how well they stick together, is called the clutch. Although there is no official estimate from the Lego company as to how many times you can stick and non-stick the bricks together, Lego fans have conducted tests that indicate the bricks can be used 36,000 to 38,000 times before they will no longer hold firmly together. The third eyelid, found on many amphibian, bird, fish, reptile, and some mammal species that protects and hydrates their eyes, is known formally as a nictitating membrane. The technical term for what is commonly called a brain freeze or ice cream headache is sphenopalatine ganglioneuralgia. The pain is caused by the rapid cooling and rewarming of blood vessels, capillaries, in the sinus cavities above the roof of your mouth. Despite the prevalence of the phrase, "here be dragons," in popular representations of medieval and fantasy maps, the phrase only appears on only one historical map, the early 16th century Hunt Lennox globe. If an average human being consumed calories like hummingbirds do, they would have to drink over 1,100 cans of Coca-Cola, or Pepsi if you prefer, a day to consume the equivalent sugar load that hummingbirds do. 7-Up soda now has a simple and catchy 3-syllable name, but was originally called Bib-Label Lithiated Lemon Lime Soda, a rather unwieldy 12-syllable monstrosity of a name. Although the story of an apple falling on Sir Isaac Newton's head might be dubious, the tree itself is not. The apple tree in question is still alive and well outside Newton's family home, Woolsthorpe Manor, in the English county of Lincolnshire. The use of an electric light bulb as a symbol of the great idea, the proverbial light bulb turning on over one's head, was introduced and popularized by the animated character Felix the Cat, the most popular cartoon character of the silent film era. Actual gold medals are expensive, even for the Olympics. The last year that Olympians received a truly gold medal was 1912 in Stockholm. Since then, all gold medalists have received a silver medal plated in gold. Now, we've all heard of soap operas, but do you know how they came to be called that? Soap operas derive their name from their original sponsors. Earlier serialized radio and later TV dramas were heavily sponsored by soap manufacturers. Unlike smaller household batteries, such as common AA batteries, 9-volt batteries can pose a fire hazard and should never be stored in junk drawers or anywhere that stray metal objects can bruise the contacts of the battery and cause overheating or sparking. Over 22,842 kilometers out of the United States' 142,641 kilometers worth of tidal shoreline is fortified with concrete. When we think of ancient Greek statues, we think of them in terms of the beautiful white marble they are carved from. But in antiquity, the statues were actually painted in detailed and brightly colored paints. They only appear colorless today because the original pigments have deteriorated. Sold between 1908 and 1927, the Ford Model T was the original best-selling car. It sold 16.5 million units, and in 1914, it was estimated that 9 out of 10 cars on the road were Model Ts. Apple co-founder Steve Jobs and Oracle co-founder Larry Ellison were very good friends. For Larry Ellison's 4th marriage in 2003, Steve Jobs was the official photographer. For the video game players, frequent play of physically interactive video games has been linked to an increase in lucid dreaming. No other genre has shown the same association. Except for a small portion of the county along the southern border, Brevard County, Florida has the telephone area code 321, as in 321 liftoff, a direct nod to the presence of the John F. Kennedy Space Center located within the county. Michael J. Fox's middle name is actually Andrew. When he entered acting, there was already a Michael Fox, and he didn't care to use his middle name. So he adopted the middle initial J in homage to actor Michael J. Pollard. Blue eye color in humans isn't the result of a blue pigment, but a low concentration of melanin in the top layer of the iris. The lack of melanin causes fibers in the iris to absorb longer wavelengths of light, like red and yellow, and reflect shorter wavelengths of light, like blue, making your eyes seem blue. There we have it, 30 amazing facts to make your day. What fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. As always, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for more fascinating content. Until next time, stay curious and you have a great day.